Recessions are dreadful. There is no way around that. Truly, they are. When everyone is struggling, it is easy to lose hope that things will get better. However, a shrewd strategy for navigating the murky waters of a recession is to adopt a frugal way of life. Though it will not end the economic crisis, practicing frugality like this can help you weather the storm and regain financial control. Spending must be prioritized if you want to live a frugal lifestyle. Furthermore, you will be accountable for your decisions. You have to ask yourself, is this more important than the others, in order to determine the answer. I have some spending money to spare. How can I best use it? Just what is it that makes me so happy? What should I prioritize to make my life better? The goal of frugal living is, simply put, to improve one's standard of living by decreasing one's outgoing financial commitments. Hi, and welcome back to Fascinating Self. Today we will talk about tips for surviving the recession through a frugal lifestyle. Stay with us till the end of this episode to find out how your finances can stay afloat in spite of a looming recession. Tip number 8. Cut back on unnecessary spending. Some ways to save cash are self-evident, such as taking cheaper transportation, eating at home more often, and giving up expensive vices like smoking. Some ways, like staying in better restaurants on vacation or purchasing a used car instead of a new one, are not common enough to help you save money every month. This is great advice, but it will not help you control your monthly bills. Instead, there are likely widespread yet underappreciated avenues via which you are losing cash. One of the most underutilized strategies for saving money on everyday items are store brands and generics. Everything from groceries to cosmetics to over-the-counter drugs probably has a store brand or generic equivalent at your local supermarket or pharmacy. Check the labels. The ingredients are usually the same, but you do not have to pay more for well-known brands. Tip number 7. Learn how to repair your car on your own. Is the amount you've been spending on car maintenance fair or excessive? If you and your mechanic know one another by their first name and spend more time together than either of you would want, it may be time to get rid of your automobile or learn the basics of auto repair on your own. Fewer and fewer people seem willing to put in the time and effort required to understand even the most fundamental aspects of car maintenance. But if you take your automobile to the shop for every minor hiccup, you will quickly drain your bank account. Presuming you own a car, it is not always necessary to bring your vehicle to a repair shop, and some problems, like oil changes, can even be handled by the average automobile owner. A big benefit of living in the information era is the abundance of simple and helpful how-to videos available online for people who own cars. Learning the skill will imply that you have more resources at your disposal than you may have realized when looking to improve your vehicle's performance on the cheap. Tip number 6. Use cash instead of credit or debit cards. Do not be fooled by credit and debit cards' allure because of the perks and rewards they offer. They are not always the most cost-effective payment option. Many people believe they are manipulating the system when it comes to credit cards, since they constantly use their cards and pay off their balances in full. Contrary to popular belief, you are not a system manipulator. Credit card businesses would not be doing as well if their customers were shrewd spenders. Using cash instead of a credit card will help you save money. This has been demonstrated to be true. When that cash leaves your hands, it hurts. It causes pause before entrusting it to a cashier. Reconsider your choice of payment option the next time you are at the cash register. Even if there seems to be no rhyme or reason for the currency you select to make a purchase, your preference in general might reveal a lot about your financial stability. Tip number 5. Embrace DIY at home. Is it preferable to do it yourself or to employ a professional? This is a common topic among homeowners. Some home improvement chores like installing new windows or relocating plumbing are best left to the experts. But there are many others that you can undertake on your own and end up saving the much-needed cash in case of a recession or for the current inflation. DIY projects can help you save money in many different rooms of the house, including the kitchen, bathroom, laundry area, and even the living room. Now, give this some thought. It is not unusual to see numerous brightly colored bottles, each promising to clean thoroughly and leave your home feeling fresh, line the cleaning sections of many megastores. Making your own cleaners at home can save you a lot of money, despite the fact that it is more convenient to buy them. The added benefit of making your own cleaning supplies is that you can control the quality of the components and rest easy knowing that you are not exposing your loved ones to any toxic materials. Tip number 4. Cut back on utility bills. Many people's second biggest monthly expense is their utility bill, and the energy portion of that bill is often the largest. It is not just good for the planet if you invest in energy efficiency, but also it is healthy for your wallet. Over $2,000 was spent annually on electricity in the United States in 2021, with the average bill being $190 per month. Since then, energy rates have increased by an average of 2.3% annually, which means a family of 4 may expect to pay over $2,400 for electricity in 2022. Rising prices and the possibility of a recession make now the time to prioritize energy efficiency and conservation. To conserve energy, you should turn off lights and electronics when they're not in use and avoid consuming more power than required while you already have them on. Increasing your home's energy efficiency will result in a reduction in the amount of power required to maintain a pleasant temperature within the dwelling. Instead of shutting off your heater, an efficient person would install a smart thermostat that can automatically alter the temperature based on the time of day to save on costs. Tip number 3. Eat at home. It is always more convenient to eat out than to prepare dinner at home. This option is also significantly more costly. One of the most notable ways in which many people overspend is on eating out from home. Whether at upscale dining establishments or fast food joints with a drive-thru, a person eating at fast food restaurants twice a day, 5 days a week, may rack up a bill of $70. A week's worth of spending totals $100 if you include one sit-down dinner at $25. You can shop for groceries and have enough food for 2 weeks or more for the same price. The key to making any kind of lifestyle change stick is to start small. Start by bringing your lunch to work 4 days out of 5. If you regularly eat Big Macs for lunch and lasagna for dinner, if you manage to achieve all 5, that is fantastic. If not, give yourself a little leeway. If you want to eat well, try making one of your own meals next week. Continue to increase your efforts by a small amount every week. In a short amount of time, eating in restaurants will become the rare exception. The ultimate result is hundreds of dollars in monthly savings, which, after a year, might be used to offset the effects of inflation. Tip number 2. Pay off your debts. Even though the prospect of a recession has caused a lot of people in the United States to be anxious about their financial situations, the majority of financial professionals can agree on one essential piece of guidance to get ready for an economic recession. Become frugal and pay off as much of your debt as you can. Paying down debt is always a smart move, but in times of economic uncertainty, it can have a far greater impact. During a recession, it is easy to feel like you are slipping on wet cement because so much, including your job security and income, is uncertain. If you need to use your credit card to cover certain bills for a short time, you will be less likely to go to your limit if you have a larger amount of accessible balance. Here, using a credit card can offer you some leeway. If you want to get out from under your debt, you are going to have to learn to live on less money. Tip number 1. Save for an emergency fund. Put simply, an emergency fund is a stash of cash stashed away for use in times of financial crisis. It is a precaution against recessions and other unanticipated events. Having one can transform a dire situation into a manageable one. Put away enough cash to last you for 6 months. Keep an extra $2,000 on hand to cover any unexpected costs. If you do this, you can keep up with your bills even if you lose your work and are actively seeking new employment. Moreover, securing gainful employment is challenging even in prosperous times, let alone during times of economic downturn when the demand for workers falls. Try to put away as much money as you can as quickly as possible. Start putting money aside now instead of waiting until a crisis has left you scared and short on time. Enjoy your life and your loved ones without worrying about money thanks to savings and frugal spending. If you need help with starting a frugal lifestyle, be sure to watch Frugal Living Hacks for Recession. And if you have already tried doing a budget but are having a hard time with having enough money to get you through payday, check out High-Paying Side Hustles While Keeping Your 9-to-5 Job. That is all for today, folks. We hope you enjoyed it and see you at the next one.